So this is going to be an off-the-cuff video, no fancy editing, but I wanted to talk about Boruto and Black Clover as series, as manga, as anime, as, you know, just this entity, because one of the things about both of those series is that I feel popularity-wise and where they're at, they're not where they could be. I think that there's so much potential for the both of them, but both of the series aren't really, you know, one of those series that like everybody is unanimously saying is, you know, creme de la creme, so to speak, the greatness. Pretty much they're both not getting their just dues. So I wanted to kind of address how both of these series could be saved in a sense, and it's not that difficult, honestly. I wish somebody from Studio Period would watch this video because my idea is pretty simple, but let's get to it.
Whether Facebook, Twitter, or the two, make sure to steer clear, cause I'm coming through like...
So Boruto immediately has an edge over every other series. There's no doubt about it, simply because it's a spin-off sequel to a very, very popular franchise. Naruto was one of the most popular series in the entire world when it comes to anime and manga. Everyone in the West knows it. Up until Dragon Ball came back, Naruto was pretty much the most popular series. Like, again, Dragon Ball, it was around, but it didn't come back until like Super. So Naruto really had the West by, you know, a stronghold, and then in Japan it was doing fairly well as well, only behind One Piece. So that being said, Boruto was already known because a lot of people saw the Boruto film, saw that Naruto had a son named Boruto, and see that there's a new series out. But Boruto has suffered, likewise with Black Clover, in a sense of people have a bad taste in their mouth for both of these series. Boruto, one of the things is that it started off as a prequel to the movie that everybody's seen. I think a lot of the older fans, and this is where Boruto completely messed up, is that it should have banked on a lot of the older fans. And Boruto was trying to act like if it was this brand new series, when no, it was a spin-off sequel, so they shouldn't have just gone the kiddie route. They shouldn't have acted as if Boruto was just a brand new story when you have an entire fan base. I mean, to put it into perspective, it's kind of like what I did with the whole music thing. Like, I was, you know, trying to jump into just immediately all this music and saying, hey, yeah, the anime and manga is on the side now, and you've seen the backlash. So I kind of am speaking from personal experience when I'm talking about this, that the fans, when they jumped into Boruto, they had that first, you know, 5 minutes, and probably not even, I think it was only 2 minutes, where it was like, holy cow, Boruto is an adult now fighting this guy and the village is destroyed. So it kind of hooked people, or so they thought. And then it kind of was like very kiddie and childish, and it again kind of abandoned a lot of the fans that made it get to where it was. But I've seen instances already and proof that Boruto can pop again. Boruto, when the fandom of Naruto gets involved, all of a sudden Boruto becomes the talk of the town. And that was when the Momoshiki fight happened. When the Momoshiki fight happened, all of a sudden everyone was talking about Boruto again. For that week, at the very least, Boruto was the most popular anime. So how do you save the Boruto anime? And we'll talk about Black Clover one in a second, but how do you save the Boruto anime? Again, you gotta submit. I'm sorry, Shonen Jump, y'all gotta submit and really cater towards the Naruto fandom again. I think a rebrand for both of them will help. Again, we're talking about Boruto right now, though. I think a rebrand would absolutely help the Boruto franchise immensely. I think they need to do away with trying to get this kid audience, and in fact, as long as Boruto continues, if Boruto continues a little bit longer, Boruto itself can have a Shippuden-esque time skip, because that point, the kids that were watching Boruto will have grown up a little bit enough to experience, okay, now this is the sequel, I'm older now, and maybe that's what they're going for. And one of the reasons why I see the Boruto story really having an explosive impact once it gets either a rebrand of the anime, or in general people start to hear word to mouth of the Kara arc that's happening in the manga right now, that's when everyone's going to get involved, because the manga of Boruto is absolutely on fire right now. People don't realize that. Even if I make a million reviews, even if I get a bunch of people, don't understand that Boruto is really good. And one of the reasons that Boruto manga is good right now is because it's incorporating a lot of the older cast again. I think Boruto, if they did it properly, if they did a Boruto Shippuden where the characters either look a little bit older or it focuses in, I think in order for the anime to have a successful transition into a time skip, the manga needs to wrap up the Kara arc, right? Because right now the manga still, they haven't time skipped yet. They're still the little kids. So I think a time skip in general, Boruto Shippuden or Boruto Raikiri, something really cool would be a big help in saving the Boruto IP and bringing it to where Naruto once was. Because once people look at it, Boruto's an adult now, or Boruto's a teen, the older cast are more heavily involved, Kara being marketed as the new Akatsuki, even more stronger and wiser and harder to defeat. Because one of the things that I go back to is one of the original interviews, and this is where it starts to feel like I think I know where the Boruto story really is going to go, is that Boruto, before the movie even happened about Naruto's kids, was originally pitched as kind of a reboot of the Naruto story. In fact, if you see the marketing, Boruto and Kawaki are pretty much like Naruto and Sasuke. That's how it's marketed. So if we're going by that aspect, then maybe they're already planning this. Maybe we might get the Boruto anime for a few more years, the way it is in this kiddie aspect. Build up the chapters. The manga might do a time skip. Hopefully it does. And we'll get to a Boruto Shippuden. All the older fans will be like, oh, wait a minute, there's a new one and it's actually grittier. And, you know, maybe they could even make it so that if you watch the movie and you know kind of the characters, you don't really got to watch the one that's going on right now. Because even though Boruto anime has picked up a lot, currently I marathon like a good 10 episodes the other day, and I'm mid-deep into the Mitsuki arc. Yeah, it feels like filler. If people could just go straight into it, Naruto Shippuden, when Shippuden happened, Naruto was already popular, but it exploded when Shippuden really took off. Dragon Ball to Z, it exploded once it became Z. I think Boruto could have the same effect. Now, Boruto is an experiment because nothing like this has happened with Shonen Jump, where a new IP, but it's a spin-off sequel and it's not really that popular, but doing a rebrand. I think this is a new experiment that could go right, again, if they market it toward the older fandom. They need to use the nostalgia Dragon Ball Super-esque effect to be like, yo, y'all remember, y'all love Naruto? Yo, you remember his son story? Yeah, you might have hated how kiddie it was. It's older now. Things is really happening. Characters are dying. And that's how you get Boruto's series to kind of explode. And I think one of the last things where this is how Black Clover and Boruto can both benefit, because Black Clover could absolutely benefit from a reboot. Once it gets some sort of time skip, a Black Clover Z or Shippuden-esque thing could help it as well. But I think, honestly, they have to submit to the fact weekly anime is dead. And it's a sad thing because I love my weekly episode. I used to love getting my weekly Shippuden and all the stuff that I used to review, but it's a fact. They cannot compete against the quality that we're getting with other shows. And when it comes to anime and manga, one thing I'm grateful for is that a lot of the times the quality shines. And it's hard for these series to have quality when they have a stretched out budget that, you know, is really meant for probably like 24 episodes. They got to do it for 50. So how do you compete with all of these things? I say if they don't even want to take both of them off the air, take one of them off the air for a season, do the rebrand, or not reboot, the rebrand, bring it back, and then likewise do the same with the other one. These are both IPs from Studio Period. I think they can say both of them with rebrands, you know, the Z-esque type of reboot, so to speak, for fans. Bank on the nostalgia of the Naruto fandom. The Naruto fandom, they're still there. There's many millions out there. You get them back into it. You remind them why you love this story, or why they love the story so much, and that the characters that they love are heavily involved. I mean, you got them in the beginning when you hinted that Naruto's dead. Bring him in again, market it that way, and bam, Boruto becomes a sensation because now it has this kid fandom that's already been following it, bringing in the older fandom back into the story, or back into being invested in the story, and you have Boruto. Black Clover, give it a time skip, tell people, hey, loud yelling, that's a thing of the past, it's found its own way, give it a seasonal treatment. I think if they did a seasonal treatment, maybe 12 to 24 a year for each of them, they both survive. Boruto desperately needs it because it's a monthly manga. So give Boruto the seasonal treatment. Likewise with Black Clover, maybe they could alternate. One has a season of 12, take a break. The other one has a season of 12, something like that. And that's how you save Boruto and Black Clover, in my opinion, because I love both of these series. These are two of the series that I mainly talk about alongside My Hero, One Piece, Dragon Ball Super, and a few other series. And I feel as though those two series could benefit immensely from the seasonal treatment and rebrands. Kind of curious what you guys think about all this, though. It's something that I want both of these series to succeed. I like Boruto. The manga is incredible right now. Black Clover, you already know how I feel about that. Finding its own way and really doing its own thing. But they're both desperately in need of help with their anime. Anime is the biggest promotion for a manga and for a franchise. And for Boruto, I think that there's still a lot of potential and hope they need that time skip, and they need that rebrand, and possibly a seasonal treatment. I don't think they'll do the seasonal treatment for either of them, for whatever reason, but, oh man, it could help immensely. I mean, look at everything that's popping, that's seasonal. Weekly ongoing anime is a thing of the past, and Boruto and Black Clover gotta get with the times. Your overall thoughts and expectations for the two series, hopefully both of them can find their way and pop and explode. I mean, a lot of people say it's too late for both of them, but I see that in 2019, I've seen many different things in the past 10 years of things that I thought were impossible. I didn't expect something like Attack on Titan to blow up and bring a whole new wave of anime fans, even old people talking about anime. But it did. Likewise with Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online came out of nowhere, and that's a lot of people's gateway anime. I didn't expect that either. So you can expect the unexpected when it comes to anime and manga fandom, and I'm hoping and rooting for Black Clover and Boruto to have those unexpected changes that they need, because they're both really cool series, and give them those big promotions and marketings, and bam, you got them. But that's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit the bell to get all notifications. Please, I would really appreciate it if you hit the bell. YouTube lately has been out of control, and if you hit that bell, you'll get the notifications for my videos. I don't upload that much, usually maybe an upload or two a day at most, and yeah, we could keep this whole train going and talk more about Boruto, Black Clover, and all the other stuff. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links of course in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. Can't forget the music though. Hold on, let me play y'all something real quick.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace.